Huh. Well, that's a real bummer, folks. Sasquatch Wizard here. I've been walking for about a half an hour up here in the woods. Thought that my video was on and I was telling stories and I don't know where things went wrong, but none of it happened. I don't know how that happened, but either way, let's move on. All right, I'm gonna have to redo this. So Sasquatch Wizard, I'm up here in research site area 2, and I have gotten up a little bit deeper than I normally go. Found some real interesting stuff, and got some nice still shots. And yeah, I was up there. Boy, I'll tell you what, found some beautiful, beautiful territory. You know, aside of Sasquatch, just beautiful. All right, there's something splashing around over in the woods. Is this thing still recording? Good. I've got a real cheap night vision too, so if we get a little bit of action here, maybe we can break that boy out and take a look, see what's going on. But yeah, so what I was saying is this ESP, extrasensory perception, mind speak. It sounds like this is real. Mr. Todd Standing is very confident about it. Les Stroud, Survivor Man's confident about it. Many people are speaking of it very positively. And I wanted to tell you a story that I heard on Dixie Cryptid today that really flipped my lid. 15-year-old boy. Back in the day, he's with his dad. Guess you could get your driver's license. When I was that age, you had to wait till you're 16, so must be close to the same age. And he gets his driver's license and heads into town. Got his pickup truck, hanging out with his buds, and somewhere along the lines, something happened. Okay, whatever that was is right over there. Must be something over there. I just heard that. And so I'm gonna try to make this long story a little bit shorter here because I go on a ramble. All right, so a situation occurs where the father has to grab his 15-year-old son, put his hand over his mouth, and the boy knew something really bad was happening, and he hears this god-awful scream. The boy was sure that was the problem, and his son told the boy, don't say a word, don't move. All this goes on. All right, so then that situation's over. The boy was like, wow, that's crazy. My dad's never yoked me up like that. That was serious. And I'm guessing the boy assumed that, you know, wow, there's that Bigfoot, you know, my dad saved me. But come to find out, somewhere in the story, you know, I was texting guys from work and everything else, listening to it going up the road, so I didn't catch all of it. You'll have to go to Dixie Cryptid and listen to it. It's awesome. I think it's like the third story in on one of his shows. But the boy, the father, is out in this makeshift, you know, wood hut or whatever. I don't know if the Sasquatch made it or if the father made it or whatever, but he's out there, and I don't know if he brought his son out there, if his son went out to find him. Oh no, yeah, the boy was like, where's dad, the mother was like, what is wrong, I gotta find dad. And I guess they didn't tell mom about the incident because the father said, don't tell your mother what happened with the scream. She'll be scared and never let us come out in the woods or whatever. And so either way, they speak of this shelter out into the forest, and the 15-year-old boy pokes his head up and then goes in there with his old man, and right there sitting a Sasquatch sitting on the ground. And the boy said at 5'11", that Sasquatch was sitting on the ground, and I was staring him right in the eye. Can you imagine that, how big that is? That is amazing. I don't know if that's better for you folks or not, but alright, let's see here. Yeah, a little bit, right? Who knows? Well, anyway, this sounds surreal. So the father gets the boy inside that hut and starts explaining to the boy that, don't be afraid. This is Mir. I think it was Mir. The boy's like, explain this, like, lost for words. Father said, well, listen, back when I was a boy, my daddy brought me out here and introduced me, or told me that these Sasquatch are out here. You don't bother them, they won't bother you. There's nothing to be worried about. And then, I can't remember if the dad was told about the ESP, but apparently when the 15-year-old boy's father, which would be the boy's grandfather, when he passed away, then the dad was spoken to. He was never spoken to until Grandpa died. When Grandpa died, then Mir used ESP, or whatever that is, extra sensory perception, and communicated with the father and said, I'm sorry about your loss. I'm Mir, and whatever was said. And then the same thing happens with this 15-year-old boy. Throughout his entire life of hunting and everything else, he just always felt like he was being watched. He knew that Mir was around and other ones, but they never really showed themselves to him. And then when the 15-year-old boy's father passed away, then Mir connected with him, and he heard voices in his head said, this is Mir, I'm really sorry about your father, and so on and so forth. I'll tell you what, that is true. Can you imagine going into some grassy hut somewhere out in the forest, and then, hey now, wow, let me tell you what, that almost felt like, let's see, that tingle in my throat almost made my tongue about the size of a coffee can. I thought something just threw something at me. That was my water jug just fell out of my backpack. Oh wow, that was pretty cool. So yeah, now I know what it would feel like if some great big huge rock hit the ground next to me. Alright, here we are. Okay, so probably never post this video, but you know what? This is Sasquatch Wizard. We just walked about a mile out of the woods. Let's see, it's 1 point. What is it? Yeah, I can't show you that because then you people know where I'm at. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the story. All right, you guys have a good evening. Bye.